YouTube, what's good? Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you're enjoying your life on the other side of the screen. Welcome back to another video. And today, what I want to talk about is how to stop burning out and instead sustain positive momentum and achieve all of your goals. Okay, so if you guys are burning out every week, every other week, there's a solution to that. And you're not the only one. I used to go through the same thing. So just a quick little intro, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so let's get into the root, my background. How did I come up with this solution? What have I experienced in the past in order to know that this is the solution to your problem? So a quick backstory about me. I'm an entrepreneur, and about 2 years ago, I say this in every video. I swear I say that in every video. But quick backstory about me. I used to play football in high school. I say that in every video as well now. But seriously, I used to play football in high school, and I was one of the hardest working people on the team. I used to, and this is not like brag, egotistical, nothing like that. It's kind of like a fact.
Hi.
Okay.
I feel like I was one of the hardest working people on the team. Now, I don't know what people were doing in their houses, but dude, the type of training I was doing is like NFL people basically are putting in the same amount of time. I'm not gonna say I was doing it perfectly right, because obviously I'm not in the NFL, but in terms of time and effort that I was putting in, without like all the extra resources and income that the NFL players have, I think I was putting in the same time and effort, okay? At least for a certain amount of time. Like it'll be moments where I go up and I crash as well, like back then. But yeah, I used to get my work ethic from football, as well as after I got out of high school, I already had somewhat of the discipline, so I could go for like 2 weeks and just go hard and grind. But then like one day I would just crash, like 1-2 days, sometimes even 3 to like get me back to where I need to go. I would just like honestly lose all of the willpower that I had built up, and it would be so demoralizing. It would be so demoralizing, and you go from feeling like, man, I'm super disciplined, I'm on the right path, to man, I'm shit. I feel like shit. So that's how I used to be. And yeah, I used to work a Delta job here. Is that legal to say Delta? I don't know, but I'll put up a picture right here. I used to work a Delta job. I used to work night shifts, and so I had like a full-time job because I had to pay bills. And then I was also doing my entrepreneur stuff on the side. As you can see, it was a real hassle to juggle this, but luckily I was smart and I started to cut things down and focus on one thing, because massive focus equals massive success. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So honestly, I think I was a hustler for a certain amount of time. I think I can have that badge. Not that that badge is worth anything whatsoever. It's work smart, not work hard. But yeah, at one point in time, I was really hustling, and I was really putting in the work, but I would just crash every now and then. And even when like, I would be super motivated and I could go for a little bit longer, but like none of that was sustainable. But thank God that, I found a solution. And what I mean by that is, I want to give credit to somebody named Iman Gadzhi. This dude's a lot of things. Great guy, just put it in one word. But dude has accomplished so many things in his life, multi-millionaire, and I'm thankful to be able to learn from him. And I want to give credit to him in this video, because at one point it was really bad. And like I said, all the previous things they were just all going on at one time, and it was so hard to handle. But once I found Iman Gadzhi and I enrolled into his course, this is like a testimony video at this point. I enrolled into his course and I found a solution. From that point on, it took me a little minute to adjust to the new mindset and the new ideas that were brought into my brain. But over time, I began to implement the new techniques that allow me to get a lot of work done, maybe even more work than I used to get done, but still feel rested, still feel like I can keep going, still be able to recharge and sustain my progress instead of crashing. So it took me a little minute to get adjusted, but I'm getting close to breaking the bad habit. So I'm aware that what you usually see on Instagram and Facebook and sometimes, YouTube as well, basically all over the internet and over social media, it's like a certain space of entrepreneurship, motivation, where they tell you to do, where they make these quotes and they're telling you, yeah, man, just hustle, hustle, hustle. Hustle Monday, hustle Tuesday, hustle Wednesday, and just hustle every single day and you're gonna get where you need to go. I know quotes that say, and I'll probably just put them up here or I don't know, but I also know quotes that say, hustle now and you can sleep when you're rich, or I'd rather cry in a Lambo than cry in a Prius. All of these quotes are false. There are certain quotes, that have truth behind them, but a lot of times these people that post these quotes on their Instagram aren't even entrepreneurs. Like 98% of them aren't entrepreneurs, and 1% of them are entrepreneurs, and they're not even successful. And then 1% of them. Wait, is that right? 98? Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, 1% of them are actually entrepreneurs giving out real advice that are successful entrepreneurs. So you should listen to them. But what I'm trying to say is these people aren't even validated to say what they're saying. They're just taking information and they're spitting it out, so they don't have the experience to be able to say, hey, I've done this and this has worked for me, but this hasn't worked for me. Instead, all they do is just look up some quotes, take the quote and make a pretty picture and put it on Instagram. So that's what you're intaking. You're taking as serious information and you think, oh, this is true, this is what I should do. No, all of it is cap. Let me tell you what you should do. You guys have to understand that you can't go from laying in your bed, playing video games all day, partying, going out, scrolling on your phone, and overnight you become a multi-millionaire in terms of the habits that you have and the discipline that you have and the willpower that you have, and you just have that vision, and now in a month later you're gonna be making millions of dollars. No, it doesn't work like that. What most people on Instagram tell you is you just need to go from 0 to 100, and the journey actually takes a lot longer than that, especially if you're gonna be doing it to where it's sustainable. This wall that you're trying to build, you need to be able to lay it down brick by brick on a daily basis, right? And what I mean by that is people follow certain rhythms. For example, the rhythm that I had was 2 weeks and then I crashed. My sister, she'd last a little bit longer. Like she'd go a month, maybe a month and a half, then she would crash. But her crashes would be way worse. You get what I'm saying? So you have these rhythms where you would go up and then you would just crash. So the whole idea is to create a solution where you can sustain your progress and slowly increase it. You start slow, but you slowly increase it until you become really, really, really productive. And that's something that you can do on a daily basis. That's the whole goal. Now, the way to, create this solution to be sustainable and to still get a lot done every day is by building momentum. And what I mean by this is starting small. So in the beginning of your journey of, say you want to do this thing and not within 90 days, or you want to do this 90-day journey thing, in the beginning, you have to start off small and even focus on creating the habits that you want to create. What I mean by this is in the beginning, it should be really easy compared to how it's going to be in the end. Okay, so you start off like a turtle. So everybody knows the story, the tortoise and the hare. The hare goes really, really fast, but then he gets tired and he crashes. The turtle just takes it slow and steady, slow and steady, slow and steady. So you have to be patient and you have to be kind to yourself in the beginning, and you take it slow, and what you're doing is you're stacking up these small wins. So for example, you get up every day and you tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna make my bed every day. So you do that every day and you committed to that for a certain amount of time. You're creating a certain cycle where it's a trigger, a routine, and a reward. And when you do that, you're creating habits, right? In the book Atomic Habits, they call it cue, craving, routine, and reward, right? That it's basically a cycle where your brain operates off reward. So you get these small wins, you're changing your self-image, and you're basically increasing your baseline. So the first step is building your momentum using small wins. The second step is going to be building discipline and changing your self-image. And what I mean by that is basically, we all have this self-image. It's an image that we create of ourselves that describes who we think we are based off of our past experiences, right? And this image can tell us how far we go. Whatever this image is, that's how far we think we can go. And if this is how far we think we can go, that's how far our body will physically take us, right? And the way you change your self-image is by creating these certain habits. First, you have to figure out who you want to be. And you base who you want to be off of your goal. Once you know who you want to be based off of your goal, then you have to figure out what character traits they have. Once you know what character traits they have, you have to figure out what habit creates a certain character trait, right? And it's not super complicated. Like, if I want to be confident, go work out. Like, that kind of helps out. See, it's just certain things that, you kind of have an idea of, and you just work towards that. So you have the idea of the character traits that you want, then you have the idea of the habits that create those character traits. So now you commit every day to doing those habits in order to get the character traits, in order to become the person you want, in order to achieve that goal you want, right? So first step is, figuring out who you want to be. And once you start attacking every day with your habits, you also start visualizing yourself acting in that way as well. That kind of helps out because you're just adding repetitions into the barrel, and you're just becoming more of that person. So first step is that as well. And in terms of building discipline, you just have to have a strong why. And again, it goes back to that self-image. You have to see yourself as somebody who's disciplined. And the last one in terms of building discipline is just all about repetition. So if it's my first time taking a cold shower, it's going to be way harder than my 40th time taking cold showers, because my first time, I don't have that discipline built in me yet. Yeah, that is the second step. The third step is having huge goals, but taking small chunks on a daily basis. And I've talked about the habits, about how you need to do those habits on a daily basis in order to become the person you need to be. But you can also reverse engineer your goals. So everybody has goals, but they don't know they have goals. So once you figure out that your goals and you write them down and you put a date on them, you reverse engineer from that date. And I would recommend starting with yearly goals, right? Not New Year goals, yearly goals. Fuck New Year's. People make goals on New Year's. Those people aren't even, most of the people that make goals on New Year's aren't even committed. Make your goals right now and start, right? Set a yearly goal. And once you have your yearly goal, set your 6-month goal based off of your yearly goal. Once you have your 6-month goal that's based off of your yearly goal, you set a 3-month goal based off of your 6-month goal. You get it? And then you work your way down to this week. So now you have your weekly goals. Now, since you have your weekly goals, you know what to do on a daily basis in order to accomplish your weekly goals. So the whole idea is to have these huge goals, but to take these small bite-sized chunks. And what I recommend in order to make sure you're not overworking yourself is, one, take a break every day. Like, have 2 hours where you say, I'm not doing anything. If the case is like it was for me, basically I would burn out every 2 weeks, and I would have this bad habit of just setting things in my schedule that I didn't think if I could actually do it or not. I just thought, if I do more, I'm gonna get close to my goal. And to a certain extent, that's true. But there's also a lot of bad repercussions. What I mean by that is, you say your first time doing push-ups and you wanna do 300 push-ups. Your first time ever doing push-ups, you set 300 push-ups. Think about it. Do you really think you're gonna be able to do 300 push-ups, like, even if you break it out into sets? Because the whole idea is your perspective. But look at it this way. Say if you made your first day doing push-ups, say if you said, I just wanna do 50 push-ups, and you set the goal of 300 push-ups, but you only did 100, versus you set a goal of 50 push-ups and you did all 50 of them. See, the other person did more, but he's gonna go home and feel bad after he leaves the gym. The person that did that set the goal of 50 push-ups and accomplished that person is gonna go home feeling like a champion. And a big part of success is feeling like a winner. It's how you feel, right? And if you keep giving yourselves these small wins, you're gonna feel better, and that momentum is gonna keep going. It's all about the momentum. Like, you can spiral up, and you can go forever, right? So What I recommend is setting a time where you give yourself a break, and I also recommend something called the Ivy Lee method, which is just saying set 6 tasks for the day. And these 6 tasks, and you usually do this always do this the night before. Like, it's best for you to plan your day the night before. That's when your day really starts. But set 6 tasks that you want to accomplish the next day. These tasks are going to be ordered in priority. So the first thing is the most important thing. Don't do anything else till you get that thing done. Second thing, most important thing, and you get it. You get what I'm saying? Like, so you just follow from 1 to 6 and get those done. Once you get those done, you know, take your break, relax, be a champion, and be happy. So thank you guys for joining me in today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the helpful tips. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.